everybody, and welcome back to another short clip of our 2023 season of Sailing in the Bahamas. This week, we're going to show you guys a few highlights of cruising amongst these beautiful islands in turquoise blue waters. One of our favorite activities was taking the dinghy to go out and spearfish. Sometimes we just went out to snorkel also. There's so many beautiful reefs out there. We spent a lot of time with other Canadian sailors throughout our journey, a couple of them being Marco and Savannah on board Sailing Cajun, two of our very close friends who also left from New Brunswick. It was especially nice to be able to spend the holidays with a bunch of familiar faces we met along the eastern seaboard of the USA and Canada, all on our way to the Bahamas. We got the chance to learn about a few holiday traditions from Quebec while we introduced them to a few of our very own favorite dishes from back home. It made spending the holidays away from our families a little less lonely. We also spent a lot of time exploring the islands. This specific time in Eleuthera, we went out to explore the cathedral caves. These caves were absolutely magical, with a big hole in the top letting in the rays of sunshine from above. It made for quite the spectacle. While magical, we were also trying our hardest not to wake the bats. We're both very scared of them. Another thing we really liked about Eleuthera, or Roxanne, was the greeting committee at the dinghy dock every day. These pups would just come up to us and walk with us to the grocery store or wherever we went to explore, really. After visiting the Berry Islands really quick and spending the holidays in Eleuthera, we hopped on over to the Exuma chain of islands. These are the islands that most people are familiar with. Here, you can find really big iguanas who like to lay in the sun all day long. There's also the very famous swimming pig beach. And there's also Boo Boo Hill, where it's a tradition now where visitors leave a piece of driftwood behind with the name of their ship. It's viewed as an offering to the god of Neptune and the other sea gods for good sailing and safe passage. For us, the last island that we visited in Exuma was Georgetown. Here, we met a lot of our friends that we had previously met along the way in the Exumas and other parts of the Bahamas. We participated in the Georgetown Regatta, where we did our first race with our friends from Quebec, and we also had a party in the grotto, a party acadien dans la grotte. From Georgetown, we headed over to Cat Island with Mario's dad. Here, it was a little bit more relaxed than Georgetown, and we had a lot of fun visiting the Hermitage and also snorkeling and doing a little bit of fishing before heading back. After sailing from Cat Island back to Black Point, we refilled our water tanks and then had a really quick sail over to Staniel Key. This is where we said our goodbye to Mario's dad. It's also where we would pick up our last guests of the season. On our way back up the Exuma chain of islands, we basically did the same spots that we did along the way down. We snorkeled and fished some more. On our way back, we stopped over in Nassau where we would drop our guests off. From there, we sailed over to Freeport, and from Freeport, back to Florida, where we would store the boat for the summer. Well, I hope you enjoyed these little clips. This one was the last, covering our first season of cruising the beautiful islands of the Bahamas. The next video you will see from us will be in a few weeks as we start our journey back to the boat in Florida for our second cruising season.